Retired Major General V.K. Datta is a former senior consultant, National Disaster Management Authority of India. He has 13 years of service in disaster management under his name. He is now joining us from New Delhi. General Datta, welcome to WION.
A pleasure being on your channel.
Now, now the question is on everyone's mind. Why is the rescue operation, having in mind all the resources put in place, taking so long?
See, you are aware that right from the beginning, when this episode took place, when the workers were returning back from the night shift, and they suddenly realized that the exit has got blocked. Now, that was the night of the Diwali night, we call, it's a big festival in India. And thereafter, when the people outside tried to rescue and find a way in using the available auger machine, they realized that the entire the debris which has come down, it was not a solid rock. It was flowing down in a almost a liquefied manner. That happens when a big earthquake takes place, and we sometimes call liquefaction of the soil. So it is something of a phenomenon of that nature, that since there are tectonic plates in this area, and there are fault lines, and in certain fault lines, you will find that the soil is not very solid. It is almost in a crushed form. So the more you dig out, the more comes down. So that was a big challenge, and therefore there was a need to push in a pipe which will go through the loose soil and be able to get the trapped workers out. Now, while doing that, this entire activity and the exercise of getting a pipe through has come and faced a lot of hurdles. We are all aware that the debris which came down also had rocks, had the mangled steel rods of the shoring of the tunnel. When you make a tunnel, shoring is done to make sure that loose soil doesn't come down. Right. And then it is reinforced. So the steel in the shoring, which also came down with the debris, is now obstructing the way of the auger machine. The first one got damaged. The second one was brought in from the USA. They were doing a good progress, and we were very hopeful that they'll be able to get through. But unfortunately, the steel and the rock on the way of the auger machine damaged the cutters of the auger, and now the auger blades have got stuck inside. Now, till the time you don't remove the auger blades, you cannot proceed with the rescue operation. You cannot have a second option. That is a hard steel. At the moment, they are being cut by the plasma cutters and the laser cutters, which is time consuming. But it is estimated by another 24 hours or so, we may be able to cut through the stuck auger head, that is the head, which cuts through the soil. Once that is removed, thereafter, because of the problem which is being faced with the auger machine, manual cutting will be done, for which the army engineers have been called in. And when we talk about manual cutting, the army engineers go inside, they use various cutters, hydraulic cutters, pneumatic cutters, and the pinjor drill machines, and then whatever debris comes through will be almost manually taken out, so it will be time consuming. So that is General, where we are at the moment.
Okay, yeah. General, I know you have explained very well what is happening currently at the Silkyara tunnel, but I want to know from you, what do constructors mainly overlook? And you, having worked in the disaster management sector for this long, has always noticed to be a recurring problem that needs to be addressed now.
You are absolutely right. Whenever a contract is given by the government of India or any state government for any construction of any infrastructure, very strict guidelines are laid down as per the norms which are there given by the IITs based upon the seismic activities and the seismic sensitivity of the area. Now, while this process of the tunneling goes on, strict watch is also kept by the state government and the engineers. They do a periodic check. Now, unfortunately, while this tunnel was being pushed through from the Silkyara side, it was also being pushed through from the Barkot side. And a very small portion of the tunnel was left in between where this work was presently going on. So somewhere or the other, the strengthening of the shoring of the tunnel was not done in the manner which should have been done. Escape tunnels were not planned, which is a direct violation of any tunneling activity which is done through the mountains where accident can take place.
Right.
And in particularly in an area which is seismically sensitive. The entire area is seismic zone 4 and 5. So therefore, that supervision and the contractors who are doing the work have actually, maybe, which an inquiry will come about as to where the lacuna took place and who's to blame for that. But then what we have to see is that whosoever is responsible for this will be pinpointed subsequently. But at the moment, the priority is to save the 41 boys who are trapped inside, and having served with the disaster management, there have been many rescues in underground coal mines and all. If there is adequate air, adequate food, lightning, people can survive for a very long time. Therefore, the worry is not that their life is critical at the moment. Yes, claustrophobia setting in to the workers. Therefore, they are being constantly spoken to, motivated, telephones have been pushed in now, video games, etc. So I personally feel that there will be no issue related to a threat to life of these workers at the moment. Yes,
okay, General,
but we have to get them
sorry
out.
to cut you short,
Yeah.
but we are out of time.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for talking to us today. I've been talking to retired Major General V.K. Datta. Thank you very much for talking to WION World is One today.
My pleasure being with you. Yeah.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.